Hello everyone, welcome back to my workbench. What's on my workbench tonight? Well, I'm still waiting on parts for the Jaguar and parts for the Sound Blaster card and some parts for the Mega Drive card and parts for the 486 PC I'm waiting for. And waiting on parts for another order for Sega Nomad, which is going to be an interesting one. It'll have a player one controller port installed on there, so that was an interesting request. So I'll be doing that. That's going to have a new LCD screen and a recap, as in replacing capacitors, not going over again. And then new LCD, maybe some battery packs too. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask on that one. So that's coming up, but that gives me time to work on one of my own projects. So this is my continuing version of a Switch, I guess you would call it. So 7-inch screen, nice joystick. Inside, backside, you can see there's your Raspberry Pi. Is it better or worse? Okay. So here's your Raspberry Pi. The screen's nice because it has speakers built in. Nice joystick. It's kind of cool. If you didn't know, these joysticks you can actually pull this up and turn a slider and make it a 4-way instead of an 8-way. Well, some you can. I'm not sure on this one, but I'm just using 8-way anyway. Anyway, so that's the top half, which more or less is done. And the bottom half is going to have... This is a 10,000 milliamp hour lithium battery pack. This is a little HDMI panel mounted panel jack. 4-port USB 3 in case I switch to Raspberry Pi 4 someday. This is a HDMI splitter, so I got 1 in, 2 out. This is a little 5-volt adjustable buck regulator, so coming off of here I can adjust the power to buck power, buck it up to 5.1 volts. On off switch, I might need to have a little and one other button on here to sometimes this power supply won't kick on, but I'll figure that out. This is a USB joystick, the USB controller, so there's all the inputs. Your joystick plugs in here, then you have a whole row of button inputs on there. So coming off of the Pi, I'm going to go into the splitter, then off the splitter. One's going to go directly, it's actually probably going to sit like this. One's going to go into the 7-inch screen that sits right here, and then the other one will go directly to this HDMI out. And then this cable, this plug into the Pi. This joystick cable, this USB will plug into the Pi as well, but I need to shorten this cable up because this is at least a 2-meter cable there, so that's way too long. And then once this is out, I'll just show how this is all wired up later. So now we have on the front side, we're going to have a black and a red for select and start, and they're going to have 3 more blues going along, 4 more blues going along the bottom here. So left trigger, right trigger, left, you can redefine it, like L1, R1, L2, R2. So when you're playing, you'll have and I'll be able to easily press the triggers, the L and R trigger with my thumb down here. So if you're playing something like Mario Kart, you need to jump, it'll be right down here in the thumb button. So that requires a drill. So all I ever do is this is just a 1-to-1 template. I had to snip two apart so I have the right space, and I actually had to move it up in the center slightly because with the top lid screws in, I can't have a button sitting there, obviously. So now sometimes I wish I had that nice British accent of like Stuart Ashen's, but I don't have that. I don't have a brown couch either. I have a leather couch. I don't have a brown couch. So all I ever do is just tape down. I don't usually drill on my electronics bench, but why not? And it's just paper, and it's only going to be used once, so I'm just going to drill right through my template. I've actually been very pleasantly surprised with the quality of this enclosure. I've gotten the beige version before for several ones. This is the more gray. It's a different type of plastic. The beige is very brittle for some reason, but this black just kind of, this gray just kind of melts instead. So all my pilot holes are drilled. Nice bit, 1 inch. Allows me to remove a lot of material quickly, which is nice. This came from, I think, Home Depot. I got a whole set for like $12 or something, but it's worked out pretty well. I'm gonna do this over the garbage can. Most of the way through. I'm going to pause the video and drill these out because this is not very exciting watching. So I'll jump back in a minute. Alright, it's going to be just a short what's on my workbench tonight. Getting a little tired. I got to work tomorrow. So I went through and I drilled out the the buttonholes here. First with that butterfly shaped bit, and then with the stepper bit. So these nice fit in there rather nicely now. Don't really want they want to come out slightly because of the snap feature doesn't quite lock into the thickness of this panel. So what I usually do is I'll actually come along with a little hot glue later and just tack them into place so I know I don't get any wandering buttons like that. I want them to stay flush in the panel. So I suppose I could probably file it down a little bit, but I'm just lazy and do a little bit of hot glue for this one because it's my own project, so it doesn't really matter. So that's it for tonight. This is a real quick one. I need to map out where I want to put all the holes over here, and I want to think about that a little bit before I start cutting any more plastic. So thanks for watching.